All right, we are back. PSP New Jersey Open. I'm Matty Marshall. I'm up here with Nikki Cuba, and we are about to watch the D2 semifinals. We're watching Distortion take on Static. This should be a great match, and the rain continues to fall here. We got about 52 seconds before the start of this first point. It is a race to 5. Again, we apologize for the internet feed. We are running a satellite uplink here, and when it starts to downpour, that affects the quality of the feed. So, doing our best out here to brave the elements to bring you this paintball event here. We'd also like to thank our sponsors again for making this all happen, and for the crew and these referees that are just having to get out here in the abyss and just stay out in all day long.
Yeah, this is rough when you got to work and you're not playing and you don't got your adrenaline going and you're just cold and getting shot. The refs are, you got to give respect to these refs.
Yeah, so
we're in a scissor jack, folks. We are not in a tent. We're up in the air, risking our lives for you.
In the middle of a thunderstorm.
In the middle of a thunderstorm. No lightning, thank God.
Yeah, well, right now.
But we have a blue tarp over us as 2 of the Distortion players are walking off the field in a group effort. 5 of Static still alive. You're looking at Static on your right-hand side of the screen right now. They got guns up. They got communication going, but they're just trying to, I think, feel out their opponent right now.
Yeah, and you know, Nikki, we've seen a lot of slow...
And it looks like they just shot another guy. We're trying to move up, and yes, he gets clipped on that pit side of the field.
You know, so Distortion trying to get out wide over there, and you're looking at Static's lineup right now, very strong, 5 alive, cross-field spread, looking at them all gunned up and rolling their guns. I'm interested to see, though, see if they have the count. I was going to say, if they knew the count, probably they'd be moving aggressively upfield. They got to do it smart, though, and we've seen a lot of slow points, Nikki.
And there you go, as you say it, he widens out, spreads the field, comes to the show tape, and what he needs to do is just crawl the length of that snake, Matt, and close down the field on him instead of trying to initiate this gunfight.
Yeah, I don't know why he's gunfighting out of the spot. I mean, if no one's stopping you, and if you're listening out there, no one's...
And the ref's coming in hard for Static. If he has a hit on him, he might have a penalty. He's got the red flag
he's got the flag in his hand waiting for it. No, he's clean.
No, he's clean.
So Collins in here for Static.
And there's one guy left for Distortion right now.
Yeah, Collins is doing a good job in here, but just like you said, Nick, I mean, when you get in a spot, if you're out there listening and you're in the snake and no one's there's no one in the snake with you and there's no one on that side of the field, get down the field.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a simple...
It's textbook.
Yeah, it's a paintball 101, man. If no one's putting you in, if you're not being shot at, if you're not engaging with somebody, then you're not playing paintball.
Yeah,
you know?
Take the real estate that they give you. Don't go streaking down the field, try to be a superstar, but just take what they give you. They give you another bunker, take that next bunker. If they're still not shooting at you, look for the next move.
Exactly.
Until you get engaged.
You got to earn those small bumps, but hey, if they're going to give you the whole field, take the whole field. And that's why a lot of the best players out there right now, you'll see them, they're running with their eyes up and they're taking all those variables in and they're processing that information and then moving into what they see. So if somebody's going to work against them and put them in, they're going to go in. But if you see, you know, Alex Goldman like a sprint down the field and people look at it and go, oh, he's ran the whole length of the field, it's a big bite. You know, Maddie and Nick are always saying, don't do that. Well,
but he had his eyes up.
Exactly, he earned that.
Yeah.
So right now, Static up 1-0 against Distortion, 13-19 on the clock, and that was a pretty quick point from what we've seen so far. So let's look at the breakouts here. Looking at Distortion on your screen, and they got chopped up pretty quick. I mean, it looked like they got 5 alive out. No, yeah, the referee goes in there and
pulls him out quick.
Yeah, referee pulled him out quick.
Then,
yeah, it was a penalty. Yeah, so that was actually a penalty was assessed. I didn't see the flag go up. So I was going to say, when I watched that guy run to that bunker and then start shooting, blazing away, and then the referee goes in there. I'm like, well, that wasn't a penalty, so that was a penalty. So, you know, penalties are going to kill you. Now, in the lower divisions, the penalties work a little bit differently than the games you've been watching on the Pro Division. The Pro Division, you get a minute for a minor, 2 minutes for a major, and then you got to go to the box. There is no box. The penalty box is not in play in the divisionals, in the divisions. What happens is if you're going to see one arm go up, that signifies a minor penalty, and that's a 1-for-1. If you see 2 arms go up, that's you come out because you're hit, and then 2 more of your boys walk off too. So getting a major penalty really hurts you in divisional play.
Yeah, 3 bodies for 1 really hurts.
All right, so the teams now switch sides, and you're looking at Distortion, again, heavy guns up.
5 bodies live. As I say that, they drop one of their players trying to bump out to the pit side, and they also drop their player on the spectator side of the field trying to be the front player getting into the snake.
So now Distortion has to play on their heels as Static able to shoot some players off the break. And Static is trying to make moves over here. Look at all the players.
Static might have another person out, and he's still in. They still have 4 bodies. It's 4-on-3 right now. You're looking at Collins, who did work in that last game, and he did it smart, Matt. He got in that snake and didn't necessarily do what he was supposed to get down it real quick, but he did what he was supposed to do by staying alive because he knew that he was the only guy on the side of the field. So then you don't choose to initiate other gunfights and get into those gunfights and challenge, 50-50 shots. You got to be smart.
Exactly. And right now, I mean, these guys are playing to try to make it into the finals. They're watching Division 2 right now, and
yeah, there's no mistakes allowed. It's Sunday. It's the last game that you got right now. That's how you got to play it. This is the last game of the day.
Yeah, it's win or go home at this point. And it's going to be a tough order, though, as, again, these conditions are...
The conditions aren't helping, and you're going to look at these teams lock out the field because it is that last game. There are going to be long, drawn-out points happening right now. No one wants to make the mistake.
Yeah, that's what we've been watching all morning is a lot of long, drawn-out points.
And as we say that, Static player gets knocked out of that pit side of the field, Tall Temple. So now it's even, 3-3.
3-on-3 right now.
Matched up on the pit side. Doritos are hot for both teams.
I would say Static has better field position right now because they have a better cross-field spread and a player. They have Collins here who, if Distortion gets off him, can make a move into the snake.
Yeah, right now he only has one guy on him, and it's the back center. He needs to talk to his buddy, his teammate that's behind him, and say, put in the back center, and let me see if I can get up to this next bunker. Not necessarily jump into the snake, but to the next bunker. And keep on applying that pressure so it frees up that other side, frees up that pit side.
Yeah.
Turns the guns.
Exactly. And right now, look at this. This is really playing this slow, though. These guys are not... You can see by their body language, they're not really wanting to make a move. Now, because it is raining, you can make aggressive moves and get away with it. It's tough to shoot accurate streams.
Yeah, because the rain's getting in the ports of the barrels if they haven't taped it up or have a closed barrel. That definitely affects everything.
Oh, and Collins.
And it was the next mistake. They're still in all right position, but they're not talking. They're both on the outsides. The guy in the middle could come streaking right up the middle of the field. As I say that, he takes some real estate. And they shoot out the back center, so it's a 2-on-2.
Yeah, 2-on-2 right now. Oh, streak it down. Yeah, streak it down. Nice job by Static running down Distortion, but then he gets shot. So chaos over there.
And he gets both guys. His buddy was over here loading, head down. Luckily enough, his other friend from Static streaks down the field on the pit side, bunkers the guy in that leg segment, and trades out with the guy that was trying to run down the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And so nice job by Static. And Distortion too. I mean, it was definitely a close point. But it's one of those situations where we always say win the close ones. So
this rain's coming down a lot harder, folks.
Yeah, it's starting. And this is nothing compared to what we were seeing this morning.
This is supposed to go on until Tuesday, they say. Tuesday. This is the East Coast. Welcome, Maddie. This is not sunny San Diego.
It rains for 3 days in a row out here.
The gloomy Northeast.
God, it is the apocalypse. All right, let's check out the breakout here. All right, so on the replay.
Looking at Static.
Yeah, Static running out there, and they're able to make it out to that back corner. And then on the flip side, doubling up that back center and able to make out to the corner as well. So, and then you're looking at that last run through down the tape.
Smart move, because it was like what you said, the rain and everything like that. Actually, and they're on the pit side, so they don't have the ability to have that coach over there.
Yeah.
Let them know. And they weren't having any communication. That was a total malfunction between Distortion's 2 guys not watching over each other.
Exactly.
They're not having the lanes covered. They're not crossed up. There was no communication. They were just playing by themselves, and that's why they deserve to lose that point.
I agree. But this is the thing. We're in Division 2 right now. And these guys are obviously the best players in Division II. That's why we're watching them play in the semis to try to make it to the finals. After this game, we're going to see Boom take on Rhythm, and those are the other two teams that have made it into the Division II semifinals. So we're watching the best, but this is still Division II. So, you know, we've been watching these pros play all day yesterday and watching the D1 guys play this morning, so you're going to see these longer points, even longer than the ones before, because these guys just aren't experienced enough to deal with the conditions and deal with the pressure of playing in the semifinals on Sunday and, you know, in front of all the eyes of the paintball world. And they're probably going to be more, because they should not be concerned about, oh God, I don't want to make a mistake, I don't want to make a mistake. They should be focusing on, I'm going to go out, exert my will on the other team, and let them react to what we're going to do.
Well, that comes with, you know, being in the league for a long time, playing in a lot of events, and getting that swagger.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta earn that. And we're gonna see if these teams have it.
And so Distortion, again, just getting chopped up off the break, losing the back center in the back corner, 3 bodies left alive.
Big move coming. Snake move. And he got a core sample.
Yeah, he did.
That's why he's got to go to, like, one of our clinics, learn how to dive.
I think that's Clark for Static. Yeah, Nick Clark for Static.
That was a good move. You know, he took advantage of what was in front of him. He had his head up, and he did what Alex Goldman did, like we were just talking about. Head up, seen no one was shooting at him, no one shooting at him. Keep on going. Keep on going.
Absolutely. He made a great move. But I think you're right. On the run in, he might have taken a core sample because he's doing major surgery on his gun right now.
I think he doesn't know how to check his barrel. Maybe that's it. He's got so much dirt in it. I think.
Or maybe when he hit, might have broken some paint in the hopper. That does happen occasionally too. So right behind him,
especially in this cold weather right now, the paint's very fragile.
Yeah.
You know, and you're already trying to shoot the fragilest paint out there.
Yeah. So Zachary Daughtry is right behind him, backing him up. So Nick Clark and Daughtry over here for Static, and they're in really good field position. But let's see what they do with it. Looks like Clark finally got his gun up. Nice job.
There you go. Makes the move across.
Ooh, almost got shot though. He's got to get tight in there.
Sorry. What I was going to say is that Dorito, if he's walked the field and he's played it enough, he knows that there's that bounce shot off of the finger. I think a lot of these teams don't look for those shots that us pros look for.
Yes.
When we're walking the field and when we're testing out this field. And there's 2 different shots that could shoot this guy right now because of the way he's playing it. The only way that you're really safe is when you're fully prone position.
Yeah, and also I think it's interesting to note that the Distortion player, you're watching the water spray off the net right here as the paint impacts it, and he's going high. All of his snapshots, he's shooting high. So even when he comes out, he's still not really effectively putting that fire back at Clark to keep him honest.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's because the weather or if he's not pulling his trigger at the right time and he's hitting the bunker, which is such a bad thing to do because you're already going to put yourself out there and let him have the ability to shoot you. So you got to commit instead of just, you know, half-assing it.
Yeah, I totally agree. And that's a really good point, actually, is that, but those are those small differences, Nikki, like you were talking about. You know, it's the little differences that are the difference between the divisions. And the snapshot, such a simple mechanism, such a simple movement, but when you're doing it under pressure and you're getting it, you know, downpoured on and your stuff's probably not working like you want it to, and then all that mental frustration sets in and it gets you out of your mode.
Yeah, another thing is that in these divisions, this guy, Clark, is in the Snake for Static, and he's rather talking to the coach on the sideline than his other teammate. They have not had one conversation.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, why are they doing that?
You know, they're not even bringing him involved in it. He's got his gun down.
Yeah, Daughtry hasn't done anything.
Around. He hasn't done anything. All he does is hold his gun against the bunker, and he's looking around. It's a wasted gun. As I say that, he pulls up, shoots somebody.
Better late than never, right?
Better late than never.
Better late than never. Nice job, actually, by Daughtry to finally get in the game. Takes a really good shot cross field and gets one of the Distortion plays. So I was going to say, you know, now Static, they don't have to do anything. They're up 2-0 right now. Distortion's going to have to come at them. But now that Daughtry got that great shot, that's just really going to open things up. And then after that,
yeah, he fills into the Snake. He needs to lock down that zone, so now they can't fill in and match on the pit side Snake and have Clark watch them on the wire. But they're not having a conversation. No one's watching them.
Yep.
This guy could probably come streaking down if it wasn't on the show side.
Yeah, that's true. Because that's a good point too. On the show side, it's hard to make those really big, huge game-breaking moves because you're going to have everyone screaming, "He's coming!" and then he's going to trade out. You're just going to trade out, which is unfortunate.
Probably not even trade out because you got no bunker to dive off
Yeah,
into.
from that back center, no. There's a big open spot between that back corner bunker, as you just saw on your screen right there. And
good recovery, Matt. Good recovery.
Well, that's what I do. So, there was going to say, eventually Distortion's going to have to blow this horn and concede the point.
Save the time.
And reset. So, with 5 minutes and 8 seconds left, it's really going to be tough for Distortion to get back in this match. I mean, we've already blown through 10 minutes of game time, and Distortion has yet to get on the board. So you have a situation where Distortion is really going to have to go back to the drawing board and sit down, and their coach is going to say, look, man, what we're doing right now is not working. We're losing guys off the break. None of you are playing aggressive enough for us to get in there. But let's look at that breakout from that last point. As again, this score sits 3-0. So you're looking at Static and nice cross-field spread, man. They send somebody out to both corners, and they have 3 guns up. And he's able to get in there alive and then follow that up right there. So that's a nice job. Now, on the flip side, you're looking at Distortion. And Distortion doubling up that back center. They, too, had 3 guns up, sending out 2 runners wide, but player getting shot immediately on his fill over. Lucky he didn't get a penalty over there as the ref was trying to pull him out for a couple steps. And they also lose that back center pretty much immediately. So they essentially started with 3 guys.
And you can't do that on this field.
No.
3 guys, 3 bodies against the 5. Especially on this field, there's so many zones that it cuts down into sectional fields almost. So it's like you got one side on the spectator side, one side in the middle, and one side on that on the pit side. And if you don't get out to one of the sides and control that zone, it's going to be lights out for you.
Absolutely. All right, 20 seconds to go here as the players are making their way onto the field, and you can tell they're trying to spend as much time as they possibly can in those pits before they're forced to come out into this Tempest. And a timeout is called, so now the players are going to scurry back to cover. If you're going to call that time, yeah, it's kind of funny. Okay, so for sure that was a Static timeout. Well, maybe not. Maybe Distortion called that timeout, but it's funny that I'm thinking it must have been Static as calling the timeout.
Yeah, because Distortion's running back in now.
Exactly, and then they let Distortion walk out, get soaked, and then have to walk all the way back.
I just wanted to say sorry to all the people watching and getting my updates for the lag.
Well, the thing, yeah, again, with this rain, it does affect our satellite and our satellite uplink. So the harder it rains, the tougher it is for that satellite to actually get the feed across. That's why it may be a bit laggy, a bit choppy. We're doing the best we can out here.
Yeah, it's a great job you guys been doing all weekend, man. Without you guys, no one out there would get to see what we do.
Somebody's got to see it. We got to get it out there, man.
Yeah,
it's important. These are the best paintball players in the world, and these are the best Division II paintball players in the world, fighting to try to get to the finals and fighting to try to move up the ranks. Static been around for a while, Distortion been around for a while, and then we get to see Boom and Rhythm after this. And right now, it's just been all Static in this game with just about over 5 minutes left to play.
To me, they just look like a better team. They look like they play better team paintball. Still lacking in communication at the mid to end game, but in the beginning of the game, when they have 5 bodies, they're talking a lot. They're getting the communication across the field where the G's are coming from. But then they lose it, but they still keep together.
Yes, exactly. That's the thing, man. I mean, that's what I love about paintball, is that I love the chaos. I love the fact that when things start going wrong, or even whatever the chaos is, that's why it's fun. Is because you're forced to gut check. You're forced. It's like, okay, all right, we're going to put this really chaotic situation in front of you. How well does your mind work in that chaos? That's one of the best parts of paintball, man. That's what this test is.
There's a big breakout from Distortion.
Yeah, so Distortion is able to get one of the Static players off the field, off the break. And they're going to need it here because, again, not a lot of time. They have to score 3 points just to tie this, try to take it to overtime. We've already seen 2 overtime matches today. And Dynasty just had an overtime match against Impact as they beat them. So our final is already set for the Pro Division, as it's going to be Tampa Bay Damage and San Diego Dynasty. That game is going to be going on at 3:20 in the afternoon. Before that, though, we have all the divisional finals coming at you. And we're looking at the D2 semifinals right now.
Yeah, and right now you're looking at the Distortion guy. Right now you just flipped over the Static guy that's shooting at him, keeping him, held up in that bunker and not letting him get into the show side Snake.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job of that. He's trying to bring back his team right now and put this guy to bring it back to a 4-on-4. Distortion making good moves, good fills right now. They're trying to bump up on that pit side of the field and they make it in there.
Yeah,
Clean.
that's a great move to get into the Snake 1 over there, and he's going to have a shot on that stand-up, and I don't think that stand-up knows that he got in there. See the referee? Oh, he missed that shot. So the top center of your screen right now, you're watching Distortion get all the way past the 50-yard line, or to the 50-yard line. He missed his shot, though, cross field, so... And
he's going to get one. Sorry to cut you off. He's going to get one right now on this guy in his pack. Yeah. Look at his ref, right?
That was the shot he missed. Maybe he got it finally. He moved up to get a better shot.
He must have bounced him because that ref came in there hard. And I know that shot. I've played that bunker. That's the shot right there that you come into. What he needs to do is get inside, and it's going to open up. He could do this checklist. Shoot the can, shoot the center bunker, and shoot the Dorito on the inside. If he gets in and just closes down that field.
Absolutely. That's a great breakdown. And now finally makes that shot. But you know what happened? Smith turned his gun over there. So it's like, look, Smith needs to, if you've got bounced in the back twice and you can't get any smaller, then you got to do something. You are forced to turn your gun to that side and live by your gun now. You don't want to just pray to the paintball guy that he's going to keep bouncing your back. That's ridiculous. You move forward or you turn and face the guy.
That's like getting punched in the face consistently. And then if you don't move, you're going to get punched again.
Yeah, you didn't get knocked out. You didn't get knocked out, but eventually the guy's going to knock you out. Keep letting him hit you in the button. So chaos is erupting here on the field as Distortion continues to push into Static.
But they get chopped up, and Static weathering the storm, so to speak, and breaking out to these corners. And now they're having a conversation. They're talking it up. They're looking over each other. They don't have their guns blazing. Maybe they're low on pain or something like that.
It's possible.
But we have 2 minutes left in this game, and Distortion needs to take this game really quick.
And you look at the body language. He knows it, too. He knows he needs to really start putting it on Distortion. Now, his buddy needs to move up, though.
Yeah, he needs to help him out. He thinks he's doing a good job by keeping that guy in the back right. But he has the ball right now. He could come up and close down this field.
Yeah, and it's Enright.
Get into a better position.
And Enright from Distortion is in a great position, but the problem remains. Minute and 50 seconds, they're down 3 points.
Yeah.
Enright's doing all he can. His buddy is just on one knee, stuck in the relatively far back bunker compared to where Enright's at. Yeah. Now he's finally, okay, I'm going to make a move, but he gets put back in his bunker again. Man, you need to put a guy in and go at this point. You're probably not going to be able to win anyway, so you might as well giddy up and go at this point. There's nothing to lose.
Look at him.
Enright taking it upon himself. He's going to try to win the game win the point single-handedly. Who almost drew a penalty.
That should have been a penalty if he's walking out. That's a blown call by the ref right there.
You could see it. He wanted to do it. Yeah. He wanted to call that penalty, but...
he's out of paint. I called it. I knew it. That's why he wasn't shooting. So now he's trying to pick up muddy paintballs and put them into his gun and think he's going to get a straight shot.
Yes.
If he does, that would be amazing, folks.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you carry more paint out on the field.
Especially in rain.
Yeah, especially in rain, especially in the semifinals, man. If you're in the semifinals, you're going to have longer points.
Exactly what you just said. Especially in the rain, especially in semifinals. And if you've played this field, especially on this field.
Look at this little do-si-do.
Runs him down.
And
40 seconds.
So great job by Distortion to win this point, and it's inexcusable that the Static player would run out of paint. First of all, that point started with 5 minutes left. You're telling me you're not bringing enough paint to last 4 minutes, the last 4 minutes, and you're in a back bunker?
And you're going to a gunfight and you don't have enough ammo?
Yeah, carry 9 pods out, kid. I mean, that's inexcusable. The Distortion, now, okay, Static's going to win this game. However, it's mental mistakes like that. You're going to go into the finals now and play either boom or rhythm. And if I'm boom or rhythm, I'm watching this and going like, okay, that kid, that guy doesn't know what's up. He went out to play.
Knows now.
Yeah, learn from your mistakes. Absolutely learn from your mistakes.
You always said that to me. Learn from your mistakes, stuff like that. And maybe in his head now, he's like, oh my God, I can't believe I just ran out of paint in the semifinals. Yeah. Maybe he's going to throw 2 more pods in. That's what he needs to do.
Exactly.
Not 1, but 2.
Yes, exactly.
Because you never know.
And learning from your own mistakes, that's the hard way. Learning from other people's mistakes is the easy way. So, and it's we harp on this every single time time, tournament in, tournament out, is you always are seeing guys run out of paint, and boggles my mind. If you need, I understand if it's like a 10-minute point and you were in a crazy spot that you were wheeling and dealing or protecting your front guy, and you had to. It was in a situation where you are locked in a battle the entire time. Okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt there, but you have to have that knowledge that once you get down to that last pod, yo man, you got to stop shooting that fast. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you're the last guy left alive and you're picking muddy paintballs up off the ground to try to keep your team in. Now, luckily for Static, they have a 2-point lead with 31 seconds left, so this game is over.
Yeah.
But still, it's just one of those things that.
Well, you got to look outside the box. When you're trying to critique yourself, so to speak, and make yourself a better player.
Yes.
And it's so easy to point the finger at someone else, say it's their fault instead of why was it my fault,
Yeah.
What did I do wrong? And I know, when I look at our team, I know I didn't shoot enough people. I know I didn't take enough ground when I was playing. Mm-hmm. And, that's not going to happen come World Cup.
Look at this.
Oh, he got shot on the break.
Huge break from Distortion. I love to see that, though. Coming as aggressively as they possibly can. And
oh, there's penalties?
No, he grabbed the flag. So Distortion going as fast as they possibly can into the guns of Static, and if you're going to go out, man, that is the way to go out. That was awesome.
Blazing.
So they at least they lose this game as Colin shoots the last player, but Colin's played really well. So Distortion, though they did lose by 2 points in this really low scoring affair, final score going to be 3-1, and Static will advance to the final, the Division 2 final, to take on either Boom or Rhythm, who will be playing directly after this game. But hey, man, I'd love to see. That's what I love. That's what I'm talking about. So props to Distortion for going out hard. That's the way. If you're gonna lose, that's how you lose.
You don't go into the bunkers and sit there and roll your gun.
Yeah, no.
You run the train.
Yeah, I love it.
Choo choo. Yeah. That's what I would do.
Yeah. So congratulations again,
to
Static. Moving on to the final. Next up, we have Boom taking on Rhythm in what should be a very interesting game here as the rain continues to fall. This is the PSP New Jersey Open. I'm Matty Marshall, and I'm up here with Nikki Cuba from Team Infamous.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be right back.
Empire Paintball.